What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dalton. If you are brand new here, this is dlitztv, and on this channel we talk about all things investing. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that not too long ago I started getting into trading covered calls. Now, I had 100 shares of AT&T at the time. It was the first stock that I got 100 shares of, and I actually since sold out of AT&T, so I haven't really been utilizing this strategy. If you guys have no idea what covered calls are or how they work at all, basically what you need to know is that it is almost a guaranteed way to make money from the stock market. It's like an additional dividend income that you can get. So I'm going to link a beginner's guide into trading covered calls right here that I put out earlier. And then just so you guys know, in this video, I'm going to be investing $1,000 starting to bolster up one of my stock positions to reach that 100 share mark. So that way, once again, I can start trading covered calls. So without further ado, let's jump right in. All right, now listen, if you guys have been here before, you know my style is very common sense driven when it comes to investing. I love investing in companies that, you know, really resonate with me, the ones that I use on a day-to-day basis. And actually in my most recent video, I talked about how if you invested $649 instead of buying that first Apple iPhone 4S that came out, if you instead invested $649 when that came out, today it would be worth just under $10,000. Now, what I'm going to do real quick, give you a recap, just show you those numbers, how that came to be. And if I open up this portfolio visualizer website right here, you're going to notice this is exactly what I'm talking about. So the iPhone 4S release date, October 14th, 2011. The price that it came out at was $649. Going back up to this portfolio, I'm going to click into here. Basically, I have this set up, $649 back in 2011 invested, all into Apple. Now I'm going to click Analyze Portfolio, and this is where you get that number I was talking about. That's $649 turns into $9,557. Now, if you think about it, there are a lot of people out there who constantly, year after year, get the next best iPhone that comes out, right? Every single year, they come out with 2 new iPhones, and a lot of people will buy the top of the line product. And I used to buy new phones like every year or two, and instead, if I invested that money into Apple where I was buying those phones, I'd be looking really great right now in terms of my monetary status. So what I'm going to show you real quick and kind of what I'm alluding to is that this is a stock that I wish I held more in. I wish that as I was buying these new products, I was making sure that I was investing in them as well. And so I think my strategy kind of moving forward is when I make these big purchases, like I bought a Ford F-150, right? Again, that was through the Ford dealership, but it wasn't brand new. I don't have a car payment on it. But again, it's a product that obviously I really resonate well with. But looking at some of these products that I use on a day-to-day basis, my camera, my Sony camera, that's another company I could consider investing in. But I want to make sure that as I'm making these bigger purchases, I'm actually putting away the money as well. So for Apple, for example, if I get a new iPhone, which is what I plan on doing in the future, because mine's a bit old, it's the iPhone XR, it gets the job done, but you know, I do plan on upgrading. I want to make sure that I am investing as well, at least the value of the item that I'm buying. So what I wanted to show you real quick, going back into these numbers, I want to go over if you had bought an iPhone every single year since the iPhone 4S came out, how much would you have? Now I'm going to say on average, the new iPhones are around $1,000. We'll say that's averaged out. So every single year, actually, I'll start with that $649, but then my cash flow, I'm going to contribute a fixed amount of $1,000 every single year, and it's all going to go into Apple. So basically what you're looking at is 2011 till today, you're investing around $9,000-$10,000 into the stock. What is that going to turn into if you had done it that way? So that, you know, $9,000-$10,000 turns into $70,261. Now that's bare minimum, right? If I'm just putting in the same amount that I bought the iPhone for, instead of buying it, or in addition to buying the iPhone, investing this money, I'd have $70,261. So right here, you can see the Robinhood investing application is on the screen. Now looking at the portfolio, how's it doing? Well, in the past day, we're up $56. Past week, we're up $323. Past month, we're up $1,630. $2,230 over the past 3 months, $2,200, and over the past year, we're up $4,600. Now, like I mentioned, I'm going to be investing. I have a buying power of $1,017.59, but I'm going to be looking for Apple down here. I've been keeping my eye on them, waiting for a little bit of a dip, and check it out today, down 1.34%. Now, still, if I look at the 5-year chart, we're really close to all-time highs, and I'm not worried about that because this is a stock that I truly believe in. I'm going to be holding for the long term, so why not start my dollar cost averaging today? Get my money working for me. It's going to increase my dividend income just a little bit. Apple does pay a small dividend, but again, as the stock goes down in price, I will still be investing in it to drive that cost down. So in the short term, yes, I may lose some money on Apple, but I'm not actually going to really lose it. I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to be holding this for the very long term. And then on top of that, if the stock price were to go down, I'm just getting more use out of my dollar, buying more Apple stock, bolstering up that position, trying to get it to 100 shares so I can do more of the trading that I talked about in the beginning of this video. But like I had said, I'm going to be putting $1,000 into here. If the price goes up for Apple, let's say for some reason it just keeps going up, even if Apple was like $200, I'm still going to be dollar cost averaging. I'm going to be buying as it goes down. I'm going to be buying as it goes up. And this just mitigates risk as investors. You don't really know when the turnaround might happen. You got to watch these companies closely. And if Apple decided, hey, in the future, they changed their business model similar to somebody like AT&T, and I don't agree with everything that they're doing, and it doesn't seem like it's a solid track record for me, then it's somebody that, I can withdraw my investment from, and I don't need to be investing in companies that I don't want, right? And so right now what I'm going to do is go ahead, click trade and buy. And I always set the buy to a limit order. And what this does is it sets the maximum price that I am willing to pay for Apple. Now, I don't care. I'm going to pay pretty much market value anyway, so I'll do 148.21. It's been fluctuating a little bit. If I wait here, you can see it goes down to 20. Now it's up to 22, 23, but I'm just going to do 148.21. Click continue. And this is going to bring me to the number of shares. So what can I do with 1,000? That's probably around 7 shares, 1,037. Not quite enough for that. So I'll do 6 shares of Apple. I'm going to go ahead and click review and swipe up. And just like that, order received, buying into Apple, starting to get more of that position. 0 of 6 filled. But once this fills, I'll have 6 shares of Apple. I'll probably end up buying fractional shares with the rest. And, right now I have 5.7 shares. So I'll have 11 shares, which is pretty much 1/10 of where I want to be. So this is going to be a big emphasis for my investments going forward. I want to make sure that I continually invest into Apple. Let me just use the rest of the money here to buy. We'll do buy in dollars because I can't get a full share now. We'll do 128.33. Put this in there, review, swipe up, and just like that, bought another share pretty much of Apple there. But again, this is just me showing you guys, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I try to practice what I'm preaching, and Apple is just one of these companies that I'm a huge fan of, that I'd like to be invested more in. I really should have taken more time to do it. For now, I'm just going to continually invest in them, bolster it up, show you guys that process, and then when I'm there, bring up more of those covered calls videos and show you guys how to make more guaranteed money from the stock market. Again, go check out that video if you haven't. I'll have it linked at the very end too. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you guys have any questions along the way, leave it in the comment section down below. And I hope you have a great day. Peace.